Hi, I'm Catherine with the Art Fair Gallery, and this is another installment of what to do when you return from your fair. Whether your fair went awesome and you sold everything you wanted to and you covered your booth fees, or not. We briefly talked last time about, do you do a review when you get back? This time I'd like to talk about what you do with the customers or the people that you interacted with at your fair. Part of what you're doing at the fair is to try and get a hold of or to be able to find another way to contact them. The first way to contact someone who you might have met at your fair is if they purchase something from you, your merchant provider most likely has their email address. And from that email address, you could send them a quick thank you. Thank you for purchasing something from me at the fair this weekend. It was nice to see you. I hope you enjoy, you know, the mug that you bought from me. And this is where I'm going to be next weekend if you need anything, or you wanted that second mug, or whatever it is you want to contact them about. Your merchant provider has their email address. They would have used this to send them their receipt. You can use this email address just to contact them. Do not add them to your newsletter from this, but when you contact them to say thank you, you could certainly provide them a link to be added to your newsletter so that they can hear when you have sales or your next event. Another way to get a hold of customers or potential customers is to simply have your Instagram handle out someplace where they can see it, out on your tent or someplace prominent so they can follow you. So once they follow you, then you can come back the following day and say, hey, thanks for following me. If you're interested in my website or getting on my newsletter so you know where I'm at, here's a link. So you can do that through a DM. Very simple, very quick. You can copy and paste it from one person to another that gave you a follow over the weekend. And it will then provide you a way, if they didn't purchase something from you, to get back a hold of them. Another quick way is very low tech. Just have a pad of paper and a pen out, asking people to subscribe. And then you would add them to your list because they've given you permission on this pad of paper with their email address and their name, and send them something so they can validate that they want to be a part of your newsletter. And you're welcome. Say, hey, thank you for joining. Here's my calendar of where I'm going to be, and here's my website in case you want to purchase something from me. So just a few quick ways to get a hold of your customers once you get back, or your potential customers. Remember when you are doing your review, that just because they didn't purchase something from you yesterday or last weekend doesn't mean that they won't. Sometimes it takes us a while to decide we want to buy something. My husband and I, a couple years ago, were out at a fair, not close to our home. We were traveling, and we found this amazing painting or picture. And it was just going to be perfect for our house. And we wanted it, but we actually didn't have the room for it in our car. And we also didn't have it in our budget at that time. So I asked the person where they would be, and they're like, oh, we're not going to be in this area. And I'm like, well, where will you be in Michigan? And he told me, and this was an event that we went to in May, and I went back and purchased from him in September. The exact same photo, and is now hanging in our house. So don't think just because someone didn't buy something from you once that staying in contact with them won't help you get the sale later. How else do you get a hold of customers or potential customers to help them get them to your next fair, to a sale? How do you get them to your website? Do you have additional ideas? Add them to the comments so we can share them with the community. Thanks.